All right, here we go. This is always a little bit experimental. It's part of the joy for me is that I really never have any idea exactly how it's going to turn out. I'm just gleaning from experience and things I've seen. And here we go. All I'm doing here, putting a little straight color all over this thing, but I want it to be broken up. I want it to be nice and yellow, nice and bright. I want it to stay wet, and I want it to be broken up a little, so that, keep it runny for now. Hopefully this doesn't trash my page underneath on the drawing pad. And then I'm just gonna rinse that color. I'm going to some straight red, and I'm going to use less of it. But down here, we're going to try to let that make orange, like fire. I'm not worried about making fire right now, so much as I'm worried just about color and the blending of the two, allowing me to keep some of each all throughout, because it's the combination of the colors blending that makes it look really interesting. And if I'm worried at all about fire itself, I'm only going to worry about everything going in the direction it's supposed to, all my strokes, without overthinking it too much. Just give it some direction, so it's all going the same way. I think that looks pretty fiery. I might throw a spot a little more red at the end here, so let it go right off the page. She's just burning the shit up. Alright, now I might let that dry. I like that. I like the way that looks. Good enough, man. Pretty cool. So now I'm going to make some smoke without getting too crazy. Got this dirty ink water. And I don't know, man. I'm just going to smoke and funk this thing up, man. There's like, I want a little bit of yellow water and a little bit of this dirty black ink rinse water that I got. And I'm just going to go around and put some smoke, some dirty smoke blowing around. I'm just working on the background. I just don't care. I'm just not concerned with whether or not it's right. I just know smoke happens, and it's crazy when it does. There's little flecks and bits, and here I'm going to just get some already coming out all over top of him. Again, letting myself forget about things being perfect and it just being this atmosphere he's in. And I'll even, let's see, I'm even going to take this wet and stick it right into some charcoal grinding, and I'm just going to flick some dirty charcoal on there. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's charcoal and water, because I want it to be like shit's flying up out of this fire, and he's just in that atmosphere. Okay, I'm not worried about it being messy and ugly. Just like that. Let's see. And then if I want to, dab some of that out. And just use the side of my hand. Because what I'm trying to make is the idea of bits and things that are burning in the air, flying around, not perfect little circles. Okay. Now let's see if I can make sure that's registering in the camera. All right. Now, I'm not even done penciling this guy yet. I'm not done with all the details. I just felt like doing this part, working on the background a little bit. And I think later what I'm going to do is put a platform of him standing on, and then maybe go in between the smoke and make black in the background, like it's, you know, a space kind of an atmosphere, you know, maybe dark black at the top in the background, and you know, some sort of a platform for him to be standing on. But for now, just for a couple more minutes while I have a few, I'm just going to go right into inking some edges that I do like and that I do want to keep because I just feel like it. So we'll put a little clean ink. Okay. I like jumping around on things because it provides me with a variety. I also like using different brushes and using different tools as much as possible. Sometimes I want to use a long, thin brush, then I'll switch to a fat, short brush just to change things a little bit, change my experience a little bit. This guy has been in a lot of battles. You know who this is, you know who this is. Yes. Where are you at? When I have something complicated like this I'm trying to draw, I just remember to always stick with the fundamentals. Every little area requires working out details and shapes, and you know, lines become shapes, shapes become forms, forms become objects, and it's always the same, whether it's a complicated piece or whether it's a very simple piece. It's always the same. Beginner stuff at the beginning, no matter what the drawing, no matter what it is. So now that I'm happy with a lot of the lines I see, I'm going to go ahead and put the ink down because it prevents me from screwing that up when I go in to rework some of the details. I can erase freely and I'm not losing stuff that I know I want to keep. And I'm not going to go too crazy because I don't want to accidentally ink into a wet area. Because I don't want these colors to spread at all. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to detail this little area right here real quick. Yeah, I might just use the brush on this entire painting. Entire drawing, I mean. Rather than going to the pins. Using a brush